It's day 52. Today, what's today been? Today has been, it's been, I say that I haven't really done anything, and I haven't, but I feel like I've achieved a lot in the way of kind of conquering things that have been presented to me through the day. So I didn't get to sleep on time yesterday. I stayed up quite late talking to someone, and oh my god, this person, they've become a role model to me, just for their sheer strength, will, determination, courage, bravery. Like everything about them is just something commendable. And they messaged me and said they'd recently just gone through a breakup, and I was kind of chatting to them and stuff, and some of the stuff that they said, and bearing in mind they are, I think, about 14 years younger than me, and some of the things that she was saying were just like, wow, how do you, I wish I at 34, I'm pretty sure she's 34, I'm sure, is she 32 or 34? I'm not sure, she's just had a birthday recently. But I've learned that you don't mature with age, you mature with experience. Because I know some people that have been through so much and are so grown up and have got so much common sense, got their head switched on. And I know people that are the same age as me, in their 40s, and they're still as immature as they were probably when they were at school. So I definitely feel that, you know, maturity and life experience doesn't necessarily always come with age. It's not a guarantee. Like, I definitely think what you conquer in your life and what you overcome in your life is much more character building than actual years of being on the planet. And yeah, some of the stuff she was saying to me was, I literally, my jaw was on the floor. It was just like, how is it? And it was heartbreaking, absolutely. Like, it just, it hurts so much to know that someone so young has been through so much, that they're so mature. And it was just, yeah, I was in awe of some of the stuff that she was saying. And yeah, I just let her know that I'm here. And, you know, she was like, you need to, you know, do this and do that. And I was just like, you make it sound so easy. And some of the stuff that she said is stuff that I'm actually trying to do. But yeah, it was so I kind of went to bed. I fell asleep with a little bit of a little bit of sadness in my heart that, you know, someone that I care about has been messed around, you know, and has had their heart broken. So that, I think that kind of prompted some of the weird dreams that I had. No nightmares, so I definitely know that I've not got anything burning on my brain, but just some really weird nightmares. And I woke up, I was in such a deep sleep, like I haven't woken up to my alarm for months and months and months, probably even like well over a year. And this morning my alarm was going off and I was in the middle of a dream, and I woke up and was like, what's that noise? And then realized it was my alarm. So literally rolled out of bed with one hand outstretched, put on my laptop, got splashed some water on my face. Thankfully my shifts are a tiny bit flexible, because of this, you know, because I, you know, some days I wake up and I'm like Snow White skipping around with all the birds and the rabbits outside, you know, thinking the world is a beautiful place. And then some mornings I wake up and I'm the Grinch. So yeah, I have a small sort of buffer of flexibility with my shift start time, which was great because I was literally logging in actually bang on time, but still I always like to be a couple of minutes early. And then progressively through the day, a few things happened and I had to train, well, no, not had to train, I had to learn a new part of the role that our team is going to be doing. So I spent a couple of hours doing that, but it meant that I got to catch up, and the person training me was the person who I originally started this job with like years ago, before I left to go traveling. And it was kind of like, when we got on the video call, it was like, well, this is like old times. So yeah, we had a little bit of a natter about how everything kind of works and everything, and then I kind of went away and done my own thing. And then a little bit later in the day, the rest of the team kind of all jumped on a video call, an impromptu video call, just to kind of discuss how we're going to be working, because things were, yeah, we just needed to have a kind of catch up. And there was a couple of people on the call who I thought were doing okay, and I saw a side of them that made me realise that every single person that I've spoken to now is feeling the same, is feeling this heavy weight at the moment at work. And like I said, I'd never wish any, like, you know, work is supposed to be a safe space. You spend more of your waking hours at work than you do at home, or not working, should I say. So it needs to be a place where you feel safe and comfortable, and you are supported, and you know what's expected of you, and you can go in and you can, you know, work to your best abilities and stuff like that. And it's clear from every single person that I'm speaking to that not anyone is feeling like that, or not anyone that I've spoken to is feeling like that. There's some real uncertainty and some, you know, upset. And like I said, I would never wish that on anyone, but to know, you know, I kind of felt like I was maybe feeling a bit singled out recently, but to know that this isn't something, you know, specifically to do with me, does kind of take the pressure off me a tiny bit, in the sense that I can start reprogramming my brain to go, this isn't a Stacey issue, this is a team issue. And like I said, I if I could take everyone's problems away, I would, but unfortunately we're all kind of going through it at the moment. So yeah, but anyway, managed to handle that, got everything done that I needed to do today. There was just one more thing I wanted to do, but I ran out of time today. So then went to the gym, had a nice walk home because the sun was beautiful again today. There's definitely getting a chill in the air. Our autumn is coming very fast. But on the walk, there's been a few things along my walk that are quite reminders. It's going to sound really strange. There's a pub that's painted completely grey, like top to toe is grey. And there was a house that I used to walk past with my ex in the street that he lived that was completely grey, and we used to comment on it every time we walked past. And I realised that, you know, when I'd get to I knew when I came around this corner and I'd walk up the hill, at the top of the hill would be this pub, and I'd get this knot in my stomach to kind of see it, because it was kind of reminiscent of this house that we'd walk past. And I came to the top of the hill and I kind of like looked over at it, and I didn't get that knot. And what I was thinking about on my walk I didn't feel like I was clearing my brain. I sometimes feel like my walk is an opportunity for me to kind of like put all my thoughts out into the universe, so I can come home with a clear head, jump in the shower, wash any other energy off, and kind of relax for the evening. But it was a real, yeah, I felt like I was thinking about other more positive things, like, okay, I need to make sure I do this, and I want to make sure I do that on my holiday, and got to make sure I get this done and that done. And then, yeah, it was a bit kind of like, I wouldn't say it was nice, but it was unusual to, to realize that things, and it is weird, just that conversation last night with my friend when she said, you need to do this, this, and this. And I was just like, I'm trying. And she's like, just try this. And sort of gave me a couple of tips. And, maybe that conversation was meant to be had at that time of the night, because then it's embedded in my brain. Because like I said, I've woken up and it feels like a switch has kind of happened. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird. I'm not, I don't even know how to put it. I feel like I'm just not making sense in what I'm trying to say here, but in my mind, it's making sense. But it's not making sense when I'm saying it, so I'm just going to stop. Let's do quotes. So this is a post. It's kind of a what part of a 5-part post, and it's really only the first one that, I mean, all of them have an element of truth, but it was the first one that I saw that kind of like I screenshot because I was like, I like this. And yeah, the other 5 pages do ring some true, but this one was kind of, and it is, I forgive myself because you can't shame yourself into change or healing. Shame is a barrier. True healing begins when we approach ourselves with compassion and kindness. I never thought that this journal and speaking to myself as I would speak to other people, I never realised how important it would become. Like, I almost get to a point in the day where I'm like looking forward to getting out what's in my head and making sure that I know how, little fly buzzing around, to make sure that I tell myself, that I'm doing a good job, because everyone always says, the only other person that's going to be there through your life is you. You have to be your own cheerleader, your own best friend, your number one supporter. And this journal, and like actually physically saying it, recording it, and sitting back and as it uploads, watching it and seeing myself tell myself this, I guess it's akin to, when you stand in front of a mirror and you say affirmations and things like that. It's kind of the same thing, and it's really starting to ring true. Like, I'm noticing small little pockets of change in kind of how I feel about myself and how I feel about my body, and how I feel about when people talk to me and I'm kind of like, and they'll say something, and I I've always known when something doesn't feel right or sit right, or I want to stand up for myself or defend myself or say something or give my opinion or anything. And for most of my life, I've just kept quiet in those moments, or I've said it in a way that, had the courage to say it, and I've said it in a way that's maybe not come across as intended. Whereas now I'm starting to feel like in all of those situations that I'm presented with, I don't have that gut-wrenching fear of saying how I feel, saying my opinion. Like, I have just as much right to have my voice heard as I have to listen to other people's. I have done my whole life. And yeah, my learning is that you are learning slowly through this journal and through talking to yourself and being there for yourself and committing to yourself and not letting yourself down and dedicating, you know, this time every day to yourself, you know, you're reaffirming how important you are and how worthy you are and how deserving you are and how special and important you are. Like, your existence in this time, in this universe, is important. Like, do not ever let anyone make you feel again like it's not, like you do not deserve to be here. You have just as much right as everyone to exist in this time and space. I'm also going to tab on my learning. One of the things I realized today is I talk about my values and my beliefs, and I know when things kind of go against it. I know most of the things that I feel really strongly about, like loyalty and honesty and things like that. But I've realized that I don't actually have like a set of kind of definitions of things. I've never really sat down and kind of thought about, what are my values, what are my beliefs, what are things that I'm, you know, willing and flexible and willing to compromise on. So I think what I want to do is next week, when I've got some time, like I said, I'm off all next week, I want to try and find online or maybe go through some of my books, because I have come across it in some of my books before, some questions to help me figure out exactly what my values and beliefs are. I'd like to see them written down and kind of like see whether any are, you know, need retiring and I need to update or replace them, you know. And I know that I have a lot of, you know, things linked in my past that I maybe protect with a value or belief that I don't need to anymore. You know, if I'm releasing all that trauma and all that stuff that's happened, I don't necessarily need to hold on to certain things that I feel are important anymore. But without writing them down and seeing them tangibly on a page, to be able to say, yes, I still believe that fully, or no, that value, I don't think I believe that anymore, not to the extent that I need, or that value is you know, potentially not a great value to have, and how do I work on changing that? Or that belief is maybe something that I've grown out of, you know, this same as your tastes change and your style changes and things like that. So yeah, that's something that I want to do. I want to spend some time and actually write down all my goals, my values, my beliefs and things like that. I am happy for I'm happy that I am someone, I'm happy that my work colleagues, the 3 colleagues that I was on a video call today with, well actually there was 3 and then I had a chat with someone else, so there's 4 people on my team that feel comfortable with me enough to tell me exactly how they feel, and that they trust me with, you know, some stuff that they said that was quite, you know, if I told someone it would be quite damaging. But the fact that they appreciate me and value my opinion and trust me enough with that information, that makes me happy. That makes me realize that I'm glad I'm there for them, you know, because it's clear that I'm not alone in what I'm going through at the moment in some aspects. So yeah, I'm happy that I've got that. My gratitude today is for a product. So I have been trying to, this is really sound really strange, I have been trying to grow my eyelashes, and I have been using this eyelash serum for probably about 3 or 4 weeks now, and I am grateful that it works. My gratitude today is for the makers of this eyelash serum, because I now have these huge long lashes and I absolutely love them. I'm so proud. Like, I have struggled so much. Like, I had little balding patches at the side, I had little bald patches here, they weren't very long. I used to have to go and get them permed and coloured. Like, I colour them myself, but I still used to colour them and couldn't see them. But this eyelash serum that I've been using, they're so long now that I don't need to get them permed. Like, you could never see them before. So my gratitude is for the makers of this eyelash serum. I am being very, you know, I think I've given enough, you know, emphasis on a lot of things over the last 52 days. And I want to now start being grateful for some just silly things. And yeah, I'm grateful that my eyelashes are growing. And it means that, you know, when I'm out and about, I can flutter my eyelashes at people now. So that's it. Stay 52. Stacey, I am so proud of you for how you kind of dealt with that the situation at work today. You know, you were presented with, you know, 3 people all saying things that, you know, normally as an empath you would take on that energy and you would kind of feel almost responsible. I mean, there was a point in the meeting where you apologized, you know, for the way that they were treated by someone. And they kind of were like, Stace, why are you apologizing? And I'm like, well, I'm sorry you've had to go through that. Like, it hurts that you've had that experience. I don't like anyone being put in situations that, you know, makes them feel less worthy than they should be made to feel. Like, you know, this person was, I wouldn't say on the brink of tears, but you could see and hear in their voice that, you know, this thing that's concerning them is really troubling them. And having just been through some real, like, difficult periods of time myself, I feel it. You know, I want to be able to fix everyone's problems, and I can't. And you realize today that trying to fix people's problems that are out of your control is not useful, but being a shoulder and someone that people can turn to and talk to, and they feel safe and comfortable to open up to you, that is something you can do. So you really did take the time today to listen to those people and to make them feel seen and heard. And, you know, you sillily apologized for something that you didn't need to, but, you know, equally they thanked you for, you know, for listening and stuff. So yeah, so I'm proud of you for that. I'm proud of you for every opportunity you're getting. You're putting into practice some of the things that you've realized and that you've learned over the last couple of months. And that just shows that this journey is pretty significant. Like, you are feeling things that you've never felt before. So keep going. You've got this. Stay strong. It's is it a lunar eclipse tonight? Or I know the full moon is tomorrow. Let me just double check, because I'm a bit of a witch. I love all this stuff. Yes, full moon is tomorrow. Tonight is I think it's a solar eclipse. What's tonight? A lunar eclipse during the harvest full super. So it's a super moon, full lunar eclipse, and then tomorrow it's a full moon. So it's pretty intense energetically. So once you've uploaded this, switch everything off. No electronics at all. Put your crystals in the window, have some Zen time, have some time to focus. Put one of your playlists on that you listen to when you want to kind of like really, you know, just rebalance your energies, chakras, whatever it is. Yeah, that's it. I love you. I see a change in you every day, like the way you handle yourself, the way you pause before you say something, the way you don't hesitate to make eye contact and smile with strangers in the street anymore. The way you consciously pull your body up and hold your head up high when you're out and about. Just little things, like even when you were at the gym, when you were pushing through your bench press today, like you weren't afraid to make some noise to get those last fucking pushes up. And normally you'd be like, I don't want to make a noise, I don't want to take up any space, I don't want to, you know, I want to just hide in the corner. You fucking grunted your way through those last few sets, and you know, you got a go girl, you shouted across from you. So, you know, people aren't gonna, anyone that hears it and is like, oh, that's up to them. Because for everyone that doesn't, there's that one person that will shout across the gym and go on, get it, you know. And I'm so proud of you for realizing that you are allowed to take up space. You're allowed to make noise. Like, you're allowed to, you know, you're allowed to sing, you're allowed to dance, you're allowed to do all these things that you've convinced yourself that you're not. Don't be afraid to feel the joy and the happiness in you, and to do what makes you feel joyful and happy. And anyone that doesn't approve doesn't need to, you know. If you don't like what you see, keep scrolling. And you're gonna get an occasional troll that's gonna want to leave a comment. And I'm using this hypothetically in life. There's going to be someone that's going to point and laugh. There's going to be someone that, you know, rolls their eyes at you grunting in the gym. There's going to be someone, when you say hello when you walk past, gives you a funny look. Just, you don't know what's going on in their days to put them in that situation. But don't let that stop you living to the fullest. And as your friend said, you have to learn to be, let me just get the word again, because it did make me really chuckle. And I practiced saying it and now I've forgotten it. So now I need to double check it again. It is become unfuckwithable. Unfuckwithable. So that is my mission, to be unfuckwithable. I am unskilled in this in this area, so I maybe need to do a bit more research. But basically, do not let outside environments affect your core you. You are, just live, be happy, be respectful, be all the things that you are, and those that appreciate it will stay, and those that don't can leave. You know, I will hold the door open for them now. I'm at that stage where, you know, if there's not enough space in the room, hold the door, let the people that want to leave, and it makes space for the people that want to come in and stay. So yes, I love you. I'm proud of you. Keep going, stay strong, get some fucking sleep. What time is it? It's 7:15. Get this uploaded. Your Wi-Fi's been shit, and you know it takes you a fucking hour and such to upload everything. Switch everything off and unwind. Enjoy the lunar moon. Keep your blinds open, maybe get some in the room. And yeah, that's it. I'm done. Day 52. Yeah, I think I've done everything. I've done my quote, I've done my learning, I've done what I was happy about, I've done my gratitude. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go. So yeah, take it easy and stay kooky.